So, herzlich willkommen. Wir gucken uns heute die Gamescom Opening Night live an. Warte mal, hier. Ja, das bin ich übrigens nicht. Genau. Und, dieses Jahr ist ja die Gamescom nur digital. Sonst wäre ich ja diesen Samstag auch da gewesen. Leider ist das ja nicht. Und, ja. Die Opening Night Live gab es ja auch letztes Jahr auch schon. Da werden ein paar Spiele auch vorgestellt, glaube ich. Ja, deswegen gucken wir uns das jetzt mal an. Ich erwarte nicht so viel. Vielleicht, das Einzige, worüber ich mich vielleicht sogar freuen würde, Vorbestellung von der Xbox. Oder von beiden Konsolen. Wäre schon geil. Das wäre schon richtig schnieke. Ansonsten ist da nichts, wo ich mich jetzt drüber freuen würde. Jetzt so. Also wo ich jetzt spontan nicht. Es kann ja sein, man weiß ja nicht, was kommt. Ja, aber ansonsten lasse ich es mal auf mich zukommen. World Premiere. Sind wir hier bei Xbox? Warte mal. Also es wird schon vor. Jurassic World. Aber das ist doch schon angekündigt worden, ne? Schöne Musik. Hört man das überhaupt? So. Ich hoffe, das hört man. Ich hoffe, das hört man. So. Gut. November 3. Also 3. November. Sieht gar nicht so schlecht aus für ein Switch-Spiel. Für ein Switch-Spiel sieht's nicht schlecht aus. World Premiere. So, geht gleich los. Woo. Bin ich. Fall Guys. Aha. Warte mal.
I should thank you actually for putting up with my nonsense for the last 20 minutes. It is appreciated, but seriously, enjoy the show.
Gut.
So what's the plan?
Time to take control of our world.
So. Oh. Grounded. Nee. Aber war da gerade.
There are always repercussions. Do we have what it takes? Alright, I'm going in.
Bisschen gehypt bin ich ja schon. Das ist jetzt unsere E3 hier. Das ist unsere E3 dieses Jahr. Da kommen noch mehr Streams im Laufe der Woche jetzt, aber ich weiß nicht was. Keine Ahnung. Deswegen. Abwarten. Abwarten.
The future of gaming. Welcome to Gamescom. Opening
Ja.
night live.
ONL.
Jeff Keighley and welcome to Gamescom Opening Night Live 2020.
Das ist bestimmt schon vorab aufgenommen.
A little different than normal, and I hope all of you and your families are safe and healthy at home. In 2020, games have comforted and connected us.
Ich glaube, das wird schon vorher aufgenommen.
With the launch of PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X later this year, games are only going to get better. Well, all summer, I was hopeful we could get to this very moment, a big live showcase filled with more than 35 games to kick off Gamescom 2020. Tonight, you'll get a first look at Fall Guys Season 2.
Oh nein, wie cool. Ich habe das noch nie gespielt.
For PlayStation 5. Plus, we might have a couple surprises along the way, too. But
Yes.
before we start, I want to acknowledge and thank all the game developers, marketers, and publishers who have worked under challenging circumstances to keep us entertained. This show is nothing without them or my production team, and doing a show at this scale safely is not easy, especially when all of you at home have some pretty insane expectations. I hope tonight reminds you why you love to play games. And with that, we're going to move on to our first game with a game that was just announced yesterday, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And joining me is Dan Vondrack from Raven to tell us about the game and give you an exclusive sneak peek. Dan, how you doing?
Good, Jeff. Thanks for having me here. This has been a dream project for us to work
Ja,
on.
Call of Duty.
Gut.
Für den Anfang schon ordentlich. Aber sonst. Alle Demos, die aber vorgestellt werden, sollen ja auch spielbar sein, ne? Auf Steam.
And we get to mix all those
Gucken wir
together,
mal.
drop the player into the 1980s at the height of the Cold War.
Genau, hier
And
sieht
it's
man
really
schon mal
something that we know would feel relevant to today and also uniquely Black
aus dem
Ops.
Indies.
Well, you start playing with Black Ops, everyone wants to know characters. We saw yesterday in the reveal trailers,
Ja,
some
mal
familiar
gucken,
faces. So,
ob man dann die
Woods,
Demos
Mason,
spielen
like,
kann.
break it down.
War auf jeden Fall so
How does this fit
angekündigt.
into the Black Ops canon? You said it's a direct sequel, so are we going to see a lot of familiar faces?
Wie viele Zuschauer sind denn gerade da?
Yeah, part of the fun in making this game was
Man
bringing
bei
back the
YouTube nicht.
iconic characters like Woods and
25.000.
Hudson and Mason, and seeing how all those personalities mix with some of the new characters. So the campaign takes place in 1981, and we love that we've been able to have so many
Irgendwie ist die
connections to the
Bitrate,
original
aber das
Black
ist
Ops and
schon.
really be that direct
Gut.
sequel to the game.
Now, one thing that I'm really excited about this is you're pushing the storytelling in kind of a new
31
direction with some branches and some
genau.
options about how you play through the campaign. Can you maybe
Abwarten,
walk
was
us
da so
through your
kommt.
thinking there?
Abwarten. Call of Duty interessiert mich jetzt eher
One
weniger.
of the driving forces from early in development was to say, let's take this Black Ops thrill ride and infuse it with some player choice and some player freedom. Anything we can do to give the player a little more ownership over their experience. So that starts with allowing the player to create their own character for the Cold War campaign. They can name them and pick a military
Der Kalte
background
Krieg.
and really pretend they are that Black Ops soldier that they want to be. From there, we wanted to take some of our missions and infuse optional objectives, multiple paths.
Die versuchen aus jedem, das machen die ja bei Battlefield auch immer, die versuchen das Spiel so schmackhaft wie möglich zu machen, als wenn das Neueste ist, was es gibt. Es ist aber immer noch ein Ballerspiel, also wenn man das mag, dann also wenn ich das jetzt mögen würde, wäre es mir auch egal, was da jetzt neu ist, sondern Hauptsache, das macht Spaß. Aber die tun immer so, als würden sie die Gaming-Welt revolutionieren mit ihren Call of Duty und Battlefield und FIFA vor allem. Weiß ich nicht.
Oh, yeah, I remember the numbers. All right. Well, Dan, we are excited to see more of it. I know multiplayer reveal is coming in September, but since you got a switch there, maybe you could flip the switch on something exclusive for us. Right? What are you going to show us?
Yeah, absolutely. This is really exciting because this will be the first time we've done this outside the walls
Oh,
of the
irgendwie.
development studio. This is a scene from earlier in the game, and it's a critical point that really shows the narrative
Ach gut, andere haben auch
of
Lag.
this threat that our heroes are going to be battling.
Okay,
So
liegt
let's
nicht
take
an
a
mir.
look.
World Premiere. Jetzt machen die mega einen auf Xbox.
1943. Detailed information from the Manhattan Project was stolen from Los Alamos.
Ja gut, es ist Call of
by the
Duty.
Russian spy known as
Ja.
Perseus.
Ich gehe mal immer auf Twitch.
1968, Vietnam War.
Twitch.tv.
Vietcong
Es ist ja nur Call of Duty, kann man hoffentlich hier wissen sein. So, Game Awards streamt das mir, glaube ich, auch so. So, weiter geht's.
Threat seriously?
Oh,
You don't have to,
Loud.
sir.
so, jetzt.
Why do you say that? Sir, every time Perseus has come into play,
Ein bisschen lauter kann man.
Cold War. After 13 years of silence, if he's active, something big is gonna happen. Something that will affect the free world. Mr. President.
Sir.
Mr. President.
Mr. President, this is Jason Hudson and Russell
I know their names. Who do you think approved their last mission? Is the threat real?
Yes, sir, we believe it is.
Can you stop Perseus?
We can, sir. I've already submitted the requisition for my team.
Sir, their requests are highly irregular. Most likely illegal if the press gets a hold.
What the hell are you talking about? You know who we are? Every mission we go on is illegal.
Sergeant Woods, plausible deniability is the backbone of our work.
Al, we're talking about preventing an attack on the free men and women of the world. Give Mr. Adler whatever he wants. Gentlemen, you've been given an important task. Protecting our very way of life from a great evil. There is no higher duty. There is no higher honor. And while few people will know of your struggles,
Sieht auf jeden Fall nicht schlecht aus. Also wenn das Ingame-Grafik ist, ja, kann man machen.
I know you won't fail us.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. World Premiere.
Tonight we have some new game announcements for you guys as well, including this one, a new next-gen narrative action-adventure game from Reflector Entertainment in Montreal. It's called Unknown 9. The game tells the story of Haruna, a woman raised on the streets of India and haunted by visions of her own death. Haruna struggles to understand her mysterious innate abilities to manipulate the unseen. Check out this first look.
Reflector. Musik ist episch. Die Musik ist episch. Unknown 9. Awakening. Link's Awakening. Mhm. Mhm. And Next-Gen Consoles. Okay. Mhm. Das war so ziemlich nichtssagend.
All right, let's get to the gameplay. One of this year's biggest games has been Doom Eternal. Tonight, we've got an exclusive first look at the campaign expansion called The Ancient Gods Part 1. Check this out.
Ich habe Doom auf Steam, jetzt nicht den neuesten Teil, aber den, weiß ich, von 2016, der einfach nur Doom heißt. Ich möchte es immer mal wieder spielen, aber ich bin irgendwie noch nie warm geworden damit. Ich weiß nicht. Ich fange es immer mal wieder an, auch das erste. Aber irgendwie, keine Ahnung. The Ancient Gods. Z 20.10. World Premiere.
2020 marks the 25th anniversary of a legendary game studio, BioWare. Tonight, Casey Hudson and the team wanted to give everyone around the world a little taste of what's next. Casey, over to you.
Hey, Jeff. It's great to see you again. You know, 6 years ago, we were on the stage with you at the 2014 Game Awards, accepting the Game of the Year for Dragon Age Inquisition. And since then, we've been imagining new ways to use next-generation technology to bring the world and characters of Dragon Age to life. We're still in early production, but we thought it was time to give you the very first look at how BioWare's passionate team of developers are crafting this very special game.
I've been at BioWare for a really long time, so I've got to see it grow up and turn from a company of 35 people to a company of more than 300 people.
There's amazing people in the industry. There's amazing stories to be told with other people.
Wieso kommen die mir so bekannt vor, so diese irgendein Spiel von denen kenne ich doch irgendwie.
We're always trying to improve, innovate and bring new characters to life for our players and fans to enjoy.
Oh, toll, dass man die Maus sieht, auch wenn ich gar nicht in dem. Cool.
The world of Dragon Age really has got it all. It's got frontier stories, it's got mystery, it's got hard-boiled detective stories, and of course it's all wrapped up in kind of a fantasy setting.
You really feel like you're the hero in the Dragon Age world and you're saving people.
Dragon Age to me is a wonderful world to play in.
I am really excited about the future of Dragon Age. This is an original world, original flora, original wildlife, original architecture. That makes it fun to explore and discover.
In the next Dragon Age, we get an opportunity to see new things, new places, and interact with people who lived and grew up in these spaces as well.
For the game we're working on now, we want to tell a story. What happens when you don't have power? What happens when the people in charge aren't willing to address the issues?
The things that you can expect in the next installment are going to be stories that focus on the people around you and the friends and family you make.
Something that we'll be able to look forward to in Dragon Age is a really close relationship with game characters who really become real for you.
We want characters to either be loved or hated. One of the best examples of that is Solus. Half the community wants to kill him, half the people want to marry him, then another part wants to do both.
They call me the Dread Wolf. What will they call you when this is over?
BioWare and EA has been one of the forerunners in using motion magic technology, and that makes it way more realistic when you're looking at the characters and the way they walk and move and interact in the world.
Players want that suspension of disbelief that this wonderful collection of digital pixels is actually a living, breathing soul.
No, it's okay. That's the good kind of rumble.
I actually design bosses. I help with the creature design team as well. So I do all of the big threats that you have to go up against.
Nobody dies on my watch. For the Wardens!
Choice is a big part of what Dragon Age is as a franchise. The decisions you make can affect change in the world.
Decision making can mean that a party member lives or a party member dies. And it means owning your outcome and reactivity to the choices that you do make.
I just love the possibilities that Dragon Age offers us, and I'm excited to explore a lot more of them.
Sieht interessant aus. Sieht sehr interessant aus.
It's a fantastic opportunity every time.
Irgendwie. Ja. Ja. Kann ich mir vorstellen, in Zukunft mehr was von zu sehen.
Great Scott! I think there's been a serious miscalculation.
Wow, wait, you're, what's his name? Back to the Future?
I'm Emmett Brown, doctor of physics, not of medicine, and certainly not that quack from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, we know who you are, but what are you doing here?
I did come back from the future to this precise moment on August 27th, 2020, because it's imperative we launch Surgeon Simulator 2 right now.
And what exactly do you have to do with Surgeon Simulator?
Was?
During the mid-20th century, some friends of mine from Shire University invented a state-of-the-art medical training facility, otherwise known as the Surgeon Simulator Training Program. Now, 70 years later, we've digitized the experience. It's unbelievable. You can access the program through your computer and then be medically trained from the comfort of your keyboard. And it's available as of, great Scott, this very moment. Tonight, I want to world premiere a few examples of some of the incredibly successful test subjects who have already completed the course.
So you're saying a world premiere will save our future?
Only time will tell. And speaking of time, I'm off to another world premiere, Avengers 26, The Return of the Son of Thanos.
Warum haben die einfach gerade so aus dem Nichts Surgeon Simulator 2 angekündigt? Wer hat nach diesem Spiel gefragt? Also das ist das letzte Spiel, was ich irgendwie erwartet hätte. Irgendwie nochmal. Oder ist er schon draußen? Oh, Epic Games Store, nee. Nee. Dann nicht. Schade.
Doc Brown introducing Jacksepticeye playing Surgeon Simulator, only on opening night live. All right, well, if you thought that crossover was kind of crazy, wait until you get a load of this next game announcement that I don't think anyone probably saw coming. Check this out.
Naja, viel seltsamer als Surgeon Simulator 2 kann es ja nicht werden, oder? 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 Was ist das? Pokémon Go. Generatoren erinnern mich an Dead by Daylight. Left 4 Dead 3. Das wäre jetzt episch. Was? Jetzt. Jetzt wundert mich gar nichts mehr. Wenn jetzt jetzt wundert mich gar nichts mehr. Rich Construct.
Tonight is just the start of Gamescom 2020. Over the next 3 days, there are more streams from IGN and Webedia with in-depth looks at games, a digital cosplay contest, and some special new shows just for Gamescom. Your portal for all things Gamescom this year is Gamescom Now, which you can check out at gamescom.global. Now, one game you'll hear more about later on IGN's post-show is this one, a return of 2 classic characters that I love. Check this out.
Oh, der fröhliche Riese.
In a world gone strange, one elite force stands against the darkness. But even they could use some help.
Here, slip on this little beauty for effect.
Sam,
Hä?
The return of Sam and Max. Yes. All right. And now it's time to say hello to my wonderful co-host
Der
for
Einzige, der das
ONL
nicht
from
kennt.
IGN. Please say hello to Sydney Goodman.
Thank you, Jeff. What's up, everyone? I'm Sydney Goodman, and I am thrilled to be here. Gamescom is always such a fun event, and throughout the show tonight, I'll be telling you about all the different
Geht
ways
mir jetzt schon
that
auf
I've
den
been
Sack.
involved in this year's festivities. But first, I have an award to announce. The winner of Best Nintendo Switch Game is Little Nightmares 2. Huge congratulations. Like I said, IGN is going to be here for all of Gamescom with great shows such as the Gamescom Studio, where you can find me and my co-hosts for all day long games content, interviews, dev talks, and more. Plus, we have Gamescom Awesome Indies, the show with and for indie developers. That premieres Saturday, August 29th at 7 p.m. Central European Time, so be sure to tune in for more announcements and special guests. And now, let's go back to Jeff for our next big world premiere.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sid. We are so excited to see what's in the Gamescom studio and also Awesome Indies. And I'm going to be on the Daily Show tomorrow, so looking forward to that. All right, well, on to our next game. In the next World of Warcraft expansion, players will journey beyond the mortal world of Azeroth to a place where no living soul has set foot before. The Shadowlands, the afterlife of an entire Warcraft universe. The infinite realms of the Shadowlands are watched over by different factions, known as covenants, each holding dominion over a different aspect of the afterlife. And depending on how someone lived their mortal life, they may end up as part of one of these covenants when they cross over into the Shadowlands. Today, we're excited to give you a closer look at the noble and pure Kyrian Covenant from the realm of Bastion, who are charged with carrying the souls of the dead into the beyond. So sit back and get ready for the world premiere of Bastion, the first in Blizzard Entertainment's new 4-part series of animated shorts called Afterlives. Enjoy.
World Premiere. Apropos, wenn wir mal World Premiere. Ich habe das ja nicht live gestreamt, aber ich habe mir die Xbox-Präsentation dieses Jahr angeguckt. Und es gab wohl eine deutsche Übersetzung, die dann gleichzeitig mitlief. War auch lustig. Weltpremiere. Muss ich mich jetzt gerade irgendwie dran erinnern. Licht. Ja. Ich hätte WoW schon länger mal eine Chance gegeben. Ich habe auch WoW Classic mal angespielt. Wenn es kein Spiel wäre, wofür man monatlich bezahlen müsste, dann... Das schreckt mich irgendwie so ein bisschen ab. Weil... Ich möchte einfach nicht... Ich möchte einfach nicht monatlich für ein Spiel zahlen, was ich spielen will. Ich möchte das kaufen und dann immer spielen.
I serve the light, and my work is not done. There is an evil that must be...
There is no evil here. The darkness was sealed within the maw long ago.
You're wrong. He destroyed my home, murdered my people and my king. He must be punished.
You are an aspirant.
Das ist genau das gleiche mit Final Fantasy 14. Nachher, viele sagen, es ist ein mega cooles Spiel, aber ich möchte nicht monatlich dafür zahlen.
What I desire is justice.
Und Final Fantasy 16 soll ja auch wieder so ein Spiel werden. Weiß ich nicht.
Devos, why are you training this soul? It is beneath your station as a paragon.
He cannot let go. He continues to demand retribution for his death.
And this concerns you? Many souls take eons to ascend.
Yes, but this one seems broken, Thenios. Unlike any soul I have seen. I have begun to wonder whether he was deemed worthy of Bastion. By mistake.
Be careful, Devos.
Also irgendwie Dieser Trailer ist viel zu lang und irgendwie nicht so spannend. Für mich zumindest. American, okay. Mhm, gut.
Devos, how long must we train?
Until you are ready to ascend.
And what is keeping me from ascension?
Nothing but the memory of your mortal life.
How can I forget when I can still feel his blade?
Your soul is wounded? Who did this to you?
He was my student. He betrayed us all.
Nein. So tragisch. Gott. Wie tragisch. Das ist ja so spannend. Oh, Wahnsinn. Bin ich froh, dass das noch weitergeht. Ich möchte noch mehr wissen. Ja, Amazon-Paket kommt bald. Das ist jetzt das, was ich wissen möchte. 29.8. Was ist das denn? Ich muss mal einmal gucken. Enough. Finde ich auch. Es ist jetzt enough. Ja, vielen Dank. Danke. Tschüss.
As you command, my Archon.
Uther, the time of your ascension has come.
I thought I was not ready.
Mhm. Das ist das. Okay.
I do.
Then prepare yourself.
Boah. Die mussten wohl irgendwie die 2 Stunden füllen, oder?
The moment he falls, we will claim him.
Boah. Also, ich meine, vielleicht, wenn du WoW gespielt hast und so mega der Fan bist, denkst du dir jetzt, boah, muss das spielen. Aber ich denke mir einfach, das ist noch. Okay. Könnte auch ein Fire Emblem Trailer bei Nintendo sein. So mega emotional und boah.
Return him to the darkness he served. His eternal suffering awaits.
He was my student.
Remember what he did and take
Genau.
your vengeance.
Genau.
Vengeance. Justice.
Objection. Entschuldigung, der war schlecht. Das war ein richtig schlechter Witz. Vor allem, hä? Was ist da überhaupt passiert? Shadowlands. Ah. Okay, cool. Gut, dass es vorbei ist.
All right, hope you guys enjoyed that exclusive look at Bastion. Now, we know many of you can't wait to experience Shadowlands, and our friends at Blizzard want you to know the wait is almost over.
Okay, nee, und noch. Kann das nicht endlich mal enden? Sind wir immer so diese eklig langen Vorstellungen.
October 27th, it is official, and we have so much more opening night live still to go for you. Ratchet & Clank, PlayStation 5, much more. Stay tuned. All right, but now it's time for the announcement of a new universe that is coming to gaming for the first time with a project from a Canadian studio. Check this out.
They have returned. They corrupted, divided, conquered. Until finally, the gates of the celestial realm were thrown open. Our last remaining hope, the Stormcast Eternals. Vengeance made manifest.
Sieht irgendwie alles immer gleich aus. Mhm. Sogar für Switch. Das wird bestimmt sehr gut aussehen.
Now, you guys may remember back in June, I had some masked fun with my buddy Crash Bandicoot announcing Crash 4 It's About Time. With the game coming in October, Crash, of course, had to come back for opening night live. So let's bring him out, everybody. Crash Bandicoot.
Woo!
What? He's where?
Sieht scheiße aus. Gott. Ja, Leute, da ist ja nichts los.
Poor Crash apparently didn't get the memo about Gamescom. But to tell us more about what we just saw, I'm joined by Lou Studdert from Toys for Bob. Lou, what did we see there with Crash and the Gamescom bot?
Apparently you saw him wandering around Cologne, but what he was hinting at was kind of our reveal of what we call flashback tapes, which are a brand new style of level that we are announcing here today.
Okay, so how do these flashback levels kind of play into the overall Crash 4 narrative?
Yeah, so the way that the flashback tape levels work is that they are kind of a peek back in time to the 90s when Neo Cortex was actually testing on Crash and Coco before the events of Crash Bandicoot 1. And they're kind of these devious puzzle rooms that we've made, and they're really hard, and they're really awesome, and they're super creative, and we can't wait to get people's hands on them.
Yeah, no, I got to play a demo of this a few weeks ago, and that was a challenge, so I can't imagine how nefarious these are. How are they going to be sort of integrated into the game? Are they optional, like offshoot stuff, or how do you get to them?
Sure. So players actually have to collect the flashback tapes in the levels themselves. They're an object that they can pick up, and to actually pick them up, they have to reach them in the level without dying. It's kind of our homage to the death routes from the original trilogy. So players have to reach these objects in the level, pick them up, and then once they get them, they'll get access to these unique levels.
So beyond the pure challenge, what other fun? How are these fun for players to kind of experience, and what do they get to do in them?
So.
Sure. So one of the things that we did was we actually used these
Musste ganz kurz einen Anruf tätigen.
Nefarious, devious ways for Crash to really express that pure platforming kind of aspect of gameplay that we know and love about the franchise. But then narratively for us, it was really cool to layer in kind of a unique perspective to the franchise. This is the moment when Cortex is really excited about the prospect of Crash being on his team, because Crash was originally created by Cortex, and so this is a weird point in time that's never really been explored in the games before.
Awesome. All right, well, Crash 4, It's About Time, looks phenomenal, Lou. We cannot wait to check it out in October. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Awesome. All right. Well, we will be right back after this for more Gamescom Opening Night Live.
I have become terror. The unseen predator. A rupture that obliterates without warning.
Alter Schwede.
The hordes of Enoch will fall before me. But together, this entire planet will fear us. The anomaly alters us, each in our own ways. Yet we are drawn down.
Wieso sehen die Figuren so aus, als würden die gar nicht in diese Spielwelt gehören?
Whatever it holds, whatever it takes.
Mhm. Irgendwie habe ich da schon mal was von gehört.
Welcome to the Hyperscape. Enter a contender.
War das gerade Werbung? Wieso? Okay. Ist das denn überhaupt streamfreundlich, wenn die da Werbung einblenden? So mal. Und darauf hat die Welt echt gewartet. War morgen sogar schon. Nee, da ist Samstag.
Let me get you up to speed. The Underhive's named well. A sprawl of humanity suffering away like ants. Deep underground where we ain't causing trouble for the rich boys and girls, no matter how loud we are. And do we ever make some noise? Every Orlok says they could shoot the tail off a lashworm and they'd splash your head from 20 paces for saying they couldn't. I don't want to say immortal, but when their armor, blood, skin and will are of iron, it's a potent combo. Why would someone like you want to know about an all-female gang of psychopaths, drug dealers, killers, cloners and... Oh, makes sense. And Escher will cut you up just for the fun of it. Goliaths are big. That's it. Anything smaller than them doesn't deserve to live. And they're just as happy filling you with lead as they are smashing you to pieces with a power maul. Now, mixing that whole pot together in a place like this, you can imagine what happens. Chaos, gang warfare, for wealth, for power, hell, sometimes just for fun. So, think you're ready? Necromunda Underhive Wars comes to PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC on September 8th.
O futuro dos jogos, além de realidades virtuais extremamente fidedignas e realistas, eu acho que também se encontra em formas mais expressivas e absurdas, quebrando cada vez mais esses paradigmas de formato de videogame que a gente tem e sendo usado mais do que nunca como ferramenta de expressão artística.
I envision the future of gaming to be quite bright.
Bisher war da jetzt halt echt nicht so viel bei. Also nicht wirklich viel, wo ich jetzt denke, oh ja, das wäre was für mich. Aber kann ja noch kommen, es geht ja noch.
all kinds
1,5
of
Stunden,
stories
sagen wir
about
mal.
people and places, both real
Also,
and imagined. I want
abwarten.
comedy games, I want autobiographical games. I really want to see what people can do with the medium.
Pro futuro dos games, eu vejo uma evolução
Gücüge,
obviamente
gücüge.
gráfica, mas eu vejo
Gráfica.
ainda mais evolução na inteligência artificial e na maneira com a qual a gente interage com os games, tudo em busca de experiências mais imersivas.
You know, one of the things I love about opening night is that we can show you the biggest games in the industry and also smaller titles that should be on your radar. So pay attention to this next game. It comes from a team of 2 in Sweden, Tuxedo Labs. Over the past 3 years, developer Dennis Gustafsson has built his own game engine to realize his vision for a fully destructible game world. What he's building has absolutely blown me away, so I asked Dennis to prepare a special trailer just for tonight. I hope you're equally inspired by the ideas in this next game. Definitely one to watch.
Hört sich gut an. Wenn es nicht diese Grafik hätte, wäre es tatsächlich ganz cool. Wobei, das ist schon ganz cool. Ja, doch. Doch. Gefällt mir. Finde ich gut. Minecraft in anders. Ja, doch. Mhm.
Last year at Opening Night Live, we announced Little Nightmares 2 to the world. Well, the team at Tarsier Studios hasn't shown anything since, but that changed right now. Here is a first look at the gameplay of Little Nightmares 2, which is coming next February, with more to come throughout the week at Gamescom, including a live demo on Gamescom Studio tomorrow.
Ich habe den ersten Teil nie gespielt. Muss ich nochmal nachholen.
Nice. All right, thank you.
Weil das Spiel sieht halt echt interessant aus. Und das soll halt auch echt gut sein. Und sogar für die neuen Konsolen. Vielleicht werde ich mir das dann da mal holen auf den neuen Konsolen.
I'm WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler, and I'm reuniting with my old buddy Mauro Ranallo to bring you all the over-the-top action in WWE 2K Battleground. Mamma mia!
Lustig, dass wir das als Premiere schon in der Nintendo Direct bekommen haben. Das war so cringe. Das war so schlecht. Partner-Showcase, ey. Nee, warte mal, es war glaube ich sogar schon angekündigt, aber trotzdem haben sie in der Nintendo Direct gesehen, aber das war trotzdem scheiße. Nett.
It's a great evening for WWE action. Oh, wow. Take that, Moro. Man, it's so good to see the Bella Twins at their best. And now, let's keep this party rolling with another matchup. Oh, look out, Moro. The Undertaker has risen, and Finn Balor is about to be taken for his last ride. Mamma mia, what a move! Finish him! Oh, no! He just hit the snooze button. How do you lose like that? What's the matter with you legends? This is just an example of the pandemonium that you're going to experience when you head to the battlegrounds. Whew, that's a big toy hammer. Oh, I can't believe my eyes. Seth Rollins delivers the stomp. What a night. What a night. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Pre-order WWE 2K Battlegrounds today and brawl without limits.
Na dann.
Mamma mia! Oh, sorry, Moro. I know that's your line.
Hello again. I have even
Oh,
more
nee,
awards
nicht
to
die.
announce, so let's get right down to it. The winner of Best Action Adventure Game is Watch Dogs Legion.
The city needs a resistance. And it starts with you. What do you say?
Da habe ich Bock drauf irgendwie. Da habe ich richtig Bock drauf.
The winner of Best Action Game is Star Wars Squadrons.
Mhm.
This is gonna be close. The winner of Best Multiplayer Game is Operation Tango.
Noch nie was von gehört.
It takes two to save the world.
Ich noch nie was von gehört.
Be an explorer.
The winner of Best Indie Game is Curious Expedition 2.
Mhm. Auch noch nie was von gehört.
Not believe what I had witnessed.
Sieht aber interessant aus.
It was time for the world to learn my name.
Congratulations to you mentioned. IGN will be here for all of Gamescom with great shows and new ways for you to get all your gaming news. Check it out.
Gamescom 2020 is the heart of gaming, and you can keep to the beat right here on IGN. We've turned the single biggest show in gaming into 5. Gamescom Now is your virtual show floor with up-to-the-second live coverage. Gamescom Daily Show, Gamescom's first ever late-night talk show, our Gamescom Awesome Indie Show, the freshest deep cuts in indie gaming, and finally the Gamescom Best of Show, including the Gamescom Award. Gamescom 2020
Alter,
is
wieso ist die
available on
Qualität
IGN
gerade
and
immer?
wherever you stream Gamescom Now.
That Best Action Game winner, Star Wars Squadrons. This is a new immersive space combat game from Motive Studios that delivers the ultimate Star Wars pilot fantasy. We've missed those. In Squadrons, you'll suit up and fly for both the New Republic and the Galactic Empire across intense 5v5 multiplayer battles, as well as an all-new, authentic single-player story set after the events of Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Today, we'll get a glimpse at what Squadron's story has to offer by taking a brief look at one of the single-player missions featuring some light narration by the Motive team. Let's check it out.
We all choose our path, light or dark, freedom or destruction. The Empire chose to destroy Alderaan in order to spread fear and douse the fires of rebellion. But the heroic pilots of the Rebel Alliance have chosen to keep fighting, to show the Empire that we are not afraid. It was their bravery that ended Palpatine's reign and brought about our new republic. However, the Empire lives on, shattered though it may be. As I speak, Imperial forces are edging toward the Bormir sector, hoping to end our new republic before we find our footing. As their empire collapses, they try to tighten their grip. But the galaxy is changing, and you can be a part of it. With the help of brave and daring pilots, this war can end. Make a choice. Fly with the new republic. Change our galaxy for the better.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Hunka, narrative producer on Star Wars Squadrons. Our single-player story is one of daring pilots and deep-seated rivalries.
Take Titan Squadron, hunt down this Starhawk, and eliminate it.
Gladly, Admiral Sloane.
Over the course of the story, you'll fly as two pilots on opposite sides of the war. And, like all modes in Star Wars Squadrons, you'll have the option to experience every mission fully immersed in VR.
Wedge Antilles, Rogue Squadron.
VR.
I hear you're the reason I was able to finally get a comm through.
Today, we're giving you a glimpse of an early Imperial mission behind enemy lines.
One of our spies, Agent Thorne, has discovered vital intelligence on Project Starhawk. Your mission is to extract her from an orbital outpost above Hosnian Prime. Behind enemy lines, you'll have to eliminate perimeter defenses. The outpost is defenseless. When you've secured the area, you will escort the Gladius to the outpost, and our extraction team will acquire Agent Thorne. Once Thorne is secure, reach your Gozanti cruisers and return to the Overseer.
Cover our escape and escort us to the jump point. We have Republic corvettes inbound. Move, Titan!
Ladies, change course and keep Agent Thorne safe. Titan 3, take out those fighters.
Understood. I'll handle it.
Jo.
No time to celebrate. Move on.
Ich hab da nicht so viel zu erzählen, weil ich mich da so überhaupt nicht auskenne. Und ich wahrscheinlich dieses Spiel auch nie spielen werde.
Debrief with your squadmates between missions.
You're our new wingmate.
Customize and master all 8
Der Quotenchinese.
and join the galaxy's finest.
I need you focused and ready to go.
From bombing runs at the Nadiri dockyards to setting a trap in the Xavian abyss, the story of these rival squadrons will push the war to the brink and define the galaxy for years to come. I look forward to seeing you in combat October 2nd.
2. Oktober. Leute, schreibt's euch in die Kalender. Ich werde es nicht tun.
That is not all EA has to share from a galaxy far, far away today. At Star Wars Galaxy Edge, you can enter the world of Batuu, where you can visit Oga's Cantina or jump into the Millennium Falcon on a run to Smuggler's Cove. It was this incredible adventure at Disneyland Resort and Walt Disney World Resort that inspired The Sims' latest game pack. Check this out.
Wahnsinn, die Sims bekommen noch einen Add-on. Wird eigentlich Zeit für den 5. Teil. War das nicht mal angekündigt? Das wird wahrscheinlich auch so fast schon Vollpreis-Add-on. 8.9. oder 9.8.? Wahrscheinlich 8.9. Das wird wahrscheinlich 40, 50 Euro kosten. Das ist echt.
There is even more Star Wars to come later in the show. Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga is up, and as we move into our second hour, we've got Fall Guys Season 2 still to come, the reveal of that, which I can't wait for you guys to see. And of course, a gameplay demo of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart for PlayStation 5. But right now, you might remember this next game from Annapurna Interactive from last year's Microsoft E3 event. And today, I'm excited to share a new announcement from the team. This interactive thriller about a man stuck in a time loop is one of this year's indie titles, and now they've added an absolutely all-star cast to the game. Here's a whole new look at 12 minutes.
12 Minuten? Okay.
All right, close your eyes. I want you to think of a flower. Look at its contours.
Das sah richtig cool aus.
Now I want you to imagine it changing, moving backward, returning to its bud. Think of that bud, unopened. Look at it as a whole. Then silently repeat these phrases. May you be free from suffering. May you be free from fear. May you know peace and joy.
Ach so, ja, das Spiel heißt 12 Minuten, ja. Coming soon. Oh, sogar auf die Series X. Mhm.
That's going to be a really special indie game. So glad to announce that here on the show. Now, last year at the Game Awards, we announced Godfall, a new looter shooter coming to PlayStation 5 and PC. Tonight, we've got a quick sneak peek of one of the new Valor plates with more footage coming as part of Gamescom 2020. Check this out.
Ja, nee. Was war das? Hä?
We have much more O&L to come. Exclusive looks at Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, Fall Guys Season 2. Wait until you see what the Mediatonic guys are up to, and so much more. But first, I'm sure you saw that earlier this week, Heart of Deimos, Warframe's newest expansion, was released on PC, Xbox, and PS4. And today, it's also on Switch, all platforms. Here's a look at the Heart of Deimos.
Expand. Explore. Tear the
Das ist auf der
veil
Switch?
asunder. Subvert new territory to our sovereign will. But that was what it
Das
was.
wird auf der Switch niemals so aussehen.
It raged unchecked through metal, bone, flesh. Life. We are infested with it.
What? Visitors?
Now, the gateway is failing. The jaws close. The final heartbeat approaches.
Nee.
Turning it off and on again.
But before we fall, we shall scream. There is one who will hear the heart of Deimos.
Nee.
so many people have been discovering or rediscovering video games during lockdown, whether it be older people or bored teenagers or middle-aged parents who suddenly find they have to do something together with their kids. And I think I've given out more advice about video games in 2020 than any other time ever. And as a result, it's more important than ever that we keep making different, interesting things for folk to play.
A pandemia pela qual a gente está passando tem sido um período difícil a todos. Então, nesse momento, eu acho que a gente precisa lembrar de mostrar mais empatia, demonstrar mais amor, mais carinho e saber que a gente vai sair dessa juntos. Vai ser difícil, mas isso tudo vai passar.
I hope everybody gets healthy and safely through this coronavirus time. Care about other people and wear your masks.
Jogos são, na minha opinião pessoal, a forma de arte mais incrível de se expressar. Eles englobam tudo: música, arte, escrita, e você tem a chance de controlar e vivenciar essas experiências você mesmo. É mágico, é maravilhoso. Jogos são puro amor.
Die Musik macht das Spiel gleich schlechter. Was auch immer das ist, aber es macht es gleich schlechter, die Musik. Okay. Ja, gut. Hi, Tim.
Guys, we're back officially into hour 2. We've got an hour more of great stuff to show you.
Yes, noch eine Stunde.
Beyond Light Stasis, you're going to see a brand new look at that. Fall Guys Season 2 and Ratchet & Clank for PlayStation 5 and so much more across the next hour. Opening Night Live continues, and it just is the start of Gamescom 2020. But right now, on September 25th, Mafia Definitive Edition launches, a comprehensive, built-from-the-ground-up remake of the original Mafia. Tonight, we've got the exclusive debut of the next trailer, called A Life of Reward Too Big to Ignore, which deals with Tommy's induction into the Salieri crime family. Check this out.
Ja, die Gamescom ist dieses Jahr digital. Und die Opening Night Live gab es aber letztes Jahr auch schon. Ja, damit wollen die jetzt immer die Gamescom starten. Genau, und dieses Jahr gibt es da mehrere Events, weil die dann digital ist. Sonst wäre ich jetzt diesen Samstag in Köln gewesen auf der Gamescom, aber leider ist das ja nicht so. 2K Presents A Hangar 30 Production. Ja, genau. Also ich hoffe ja immer noch auf ein Veröffentlichungsdatum der Xbox One, der Xbox Series X und PlayStation 5. Aber glaube ich nicht, dass wir das jetzt während der Gamescom-Woche sehen werden. Ich glaube, wir werden heute wirklich nur Spiele sehen. Ich möchte die Series X nämlich jetzt vorbestellen. Ich möchte die endlich haben. Ich möchte mir schon eine sichern, weil ich weiß, dass sie wahrscheinlich am Anfang sowieso ausverkauft sein wird. Willkommen in der Familie. Mafia Definitive Edition. World Premiere.
Next, we're going to introduce you to a turn-based multiplayer strategy FPS from a team in Montreal, Canada. Lemnis Gate is coming in early 2021 and has a unique mechanic built around a 25-second time loop. Check this out.
Nochmal World Premiere. Nein, Windows ist auf der Xbox nicht dabei, sondern das war schon immer so, die Xbox basiert, also das Betriebssystem der Xbox basiert auf Windows. Auf der Xbox One ist zum Beispiel eigentlich ein verändertes Windows 10 drauf. Tatsächlich sogar für die Galerie auf der Xbox und so hast du sogar die gleichen Icons wie in Windows 10. Und die Xbox 360 damals basierte, glaube ich, auf Windows, lass mich lügen, 7 oder Vista. Und die erste Xbox auf Windows 2000 oder so. Also es war so, dass die Xbox auf Windows, also das Betriebssystem der Xbox auf Windows basiert. Oder ein verändertes Windows ist. Wahnsinn. Hat gestockt. Nee, aber auf, ja, die One war mal Windows 8, aber wurde dann auf Windows 10 geändert, als das rauskam. Genau. Die hat mal ein komplett neues Betriebssystem bekommen, die Xbox One. Lego Star Wars, ich glaube, das werde ich mir holen, auch wenn ich so mit der Serie nichts zu tun habe, aber Lego-Spiele sind immer geil.
I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like my father.
The Force is unusually strong with him. That much is clear. Twisted.
Aber ich will irgendwie, dass sie das Spiel nicht so ernst machen. Das soll wirklich ein Lego-Spiel werden.
I'm from the Resistance. Your sister Leia sent me. We need your help.
The Force will be with you, always.
Ah, ich bin ein bisschen hyped. Ich möchte ein geiles Lego-Spiel.
Not him, the Falcon. I am a Jedi, like my father before me. So be it, Jedi.
Lego-Spiele, habe ich recht. Ich liebe Lego-Spiele, sind toll. Switch. Ich werde es mir für die Xbox Series X holen. Und es ist ein PlayStation-Spiel. Schade, ich dachte, es wäre ein Xbox Exclusive und Switch.
Man, Lego Star Wars looks so fun, coming to next gen as well. All right, we'll be right back with more world premieres from huge new games like Ratchet & Clank, Rift Apart, Medal of Honor, Above and Beyond, and Destiny 2. But before that, here's a look at a game that is launching tonight on Nintendo Switch and Steam. It's called Struggling from Frontier, a fun physics-based platformer where up to 2 players control Troy, our fleshy hero. Check this out, and remember, you can play this tonight.
Das sieht aus wie Super Meat Boy. Der Artstyle. Das sieht so seltsam aus, das Spiel. Aber irgendwie finde ich das geil. Könnte Spaß machen. Oh no. Ich guck mal, wie viel das kostet. Abbrechen. The Empires of the Past. Oh, geil, ein Aufbauspiel. Ich bin immer bereit für Aufbauspiele. Das ist ein neues Anno, neues Forge of Empires. Oder das ist 4K Ultra HD Graphics. Wow. Wie ist das Spiel nochmal? Struggling, ne? Warte mal, Neuerscheinung, da wird das sein. Veröffentlicht. Nee. Doch, 12,99. Ich hoffe, Wunschliste sah lustig aus. Wunschliste. So. Kann ich meine Switch wieder wegpacken. Ja, kann ich dir auf Discord schicken. Struggling. So, irgendwie, glaube ich. Oder Struggling. Ja, warte mal. Ja, irgendwie so auf jeden Fall. Keine Ahnung. Age of Empires 3. Definitive Edition. Ja, Aufbauspiele sind immer gut. Game Pass for PC. Yes, ist im Game Pass. Kann ich spielen. Brauche ich mir nicht kaufen. Haha. Der Game Pass.
Where are we? We're near Little Hope.
Wenig Hoffnung. Horrorspiele. Horrorspiele sind auch immer gut. Wenn es gute Horrorspiele sind. Ich mag Horrorspiele. Ich würde sie aber nie selber spielen. Nee. Ach so. Age of Empires, ja. Ist im Game Pass for PC drin. Age of Empires. Ich habe ja den Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Da habe ich auf der Xbox die ganzen Spiele und auf dem PC die ganzen Spiele. Brauche mir so gut wie gar nichts kaufen. Weil alle Xbox eigenen Spiele da mit drin sind.
I gotta say, the game that I've given the most hours to, that I love going back to, is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I have to say, since Origins came out, this new reboot of Assassin's Creed, so to speak, that was my first time getting into it, and I have put almost 400 hours into Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
At the moment, I enjoy to play Fall Guys with my friends. It's very funny, easy to learn, but hard to master.
I have a few games that I binge play, games that I return to every year. Halo, the entire Master Chief Collection, is really a big one for me where that's concerned. But I also still just casually binge Animal Crossing, and I've been doing that basically all year.
Animal Crossing, nee. New Horizons hat mich nicht so.
Daily repetitive rhythm so soothing and predictable. Although much much like my house, my island is still a complete tip.
Up next, we have the award for Best Microsoft Xbox Game.
Die wieder da.
And the
Die geht mir schon den ganzen Abend auf den Sack mit ihrer blöden Stimme.
Congratulations to Don't Nod Entertainment. Well, after a big day of Gamescom events and announcements, you'll be happy to know that IGN is going to help you digest all that info with Gamescom Daily Show, where you can get all the daily highlights and a late night show experience.
Die Gamescom Daily Show auf Deutsch.
Back to you, Jeff.
Wahnsinn.
Thank you very much, Sid. And by the way, congratulations to Don't Nod for Tell Me Why, a really important game that is out now that you can play on Xbox and Game Pass. And as we know, there's a lot going on in the world, and that goes beyond the pandemic. Between social conflicts we're seeing in the news and acts of nature, we can see how vulnerable we as people can sometimes be. And now I think it's as important time as ever to remember to come together and support one another. We are a global gaming community. There are millions of people watching tonight, and I know we're all here because we love games.
Millions of people. Millions of people. Wie viele gucken? 47.000.
Amongst all the games and trailers. All right, well, one way as a community we can come together to do some good is the Gamescom Forest. Gamescom has launched a reforestation project by planting a Gamescom forest together with the community. Gamers worldwide can go to gamescom.global and donate to plant more trees. So let's plant a forest together. All right, well, now we're going to move on to another game.
Das mit dem Gamescom Forest war so eigentlich geplant. Dieses Jahr jedes Gamescom-Ticket hatte 1 Euro mit drin, konnte man 1 Euro mehr zahlen, um pro Ticket einen Baum zu pflanzen. Aber es ging ja nicht, die Tickets gab es ja keine dann. Ja. Habe ich auch gemacht, aber dann wurden ja die Tickets wieder storniert. Oh Gott, spät. Gleich müde. Wie viele Zuschauer hat Gamescom gerade? Weniger als... Bestimmt. Oh, 96.000. Ja, das sind einige Zuschauer. Ich gucke das aber nicht über... Ich gucke das über The Game Awards. Nicht über Gamescom, weil ich der Gamescom gleich auf Twitch follow. World Premiere.
How many crowns have you won? If one game has defined the summer of 2020, it absolutely is Fall Guys from Mediatonic in London and Devolver. This game is setting records and putting a much-needed smile on everyone's face. Fall Guys, I think, represents our industry at its absolute best. Well, soon the Fall Guys experience will evolve with Season 2. There's a lot of new stuff coming, and tonight, Mediatonic is about to give you an exclusive sneak peek at what's next. Get ready. I think the internet is about to freak out. Here it is, Fall Guys Season 2.
Gucken. Ob sie mich jetzt begeistern können, dass ich mir ein Spiel kaufe.
I just want to reach out and say thank you to everyone who's been playing and enjoying the game so far. As a team, we've been looking at all the fan arts, the memes, and the montages that people have been posting online, and the response to the game has really blown us away. Today, we just wanted to give everyone their first sneak peek at the rounds and the costumes that they can be enjoying as part of Fall Guys Season 2. Season 2, you'll be dressing your Fall Guy as a medieval hero and competing across brand new rounds inspired by epic quests from the Middle Ages. Traverse giant drawbridges, dodge swinging axes, and scale movable siege ramps in the quest for ultimate game show glory.
Nee, kann mich noch nicht überzeugen.
with the sneak peek of Fall Guys Season 2. We're still adding the finishing touches to development, but if you want to stay up to date, then @FallGuysGame on Twitter is where you want to be. See you on the start line.
Ne.
My father has Colorado in the palm of his hand, and he's afraid to close his fist. I am not.
Liberty's got more brains and cunning than both her brothers put together. She's the only one who could actually run Colorado. She's already tried once.
Vic's a depraved child, and Val's a brain without a spine. The years my father wasted grooming them for glory when I was right there.
Wir haben viel zu viele Action-Spiele immer. Das ist mir schon aufgefallen. An der Xbox zu viele mit irgendwie Shootern und so. Finde ich, es nimmt Überhand ein bisschen.
Arizona Rangers, and I'll pretend none of this happened. Stay and you die alone.
I really haven't found any new appreciation for gaming at this time, because my appreciation for gaming before couldn't be higher.
Com certeza, jogos multiplayer preenchem completamente a conexão social que eu preciso ter com outras pessoas nesses tempos de isolamento, e é o mais próximo que a gente pode ter de experiências reais com pessoas que estão longe da gente.
You get to travel all over the world in games, which is something I've always taken for granted. At the moment I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima, and I kind of prefer it to the real Japan just because I've heard that in real life they don't let you run around with katanas.
I appreciate games a lot more than films, music or whatever. And it's just fine.
Wer kam eigentlich auf die Idee, Pete's Meat da reinzutun? Also wie sowieso gerade die. Das ist so random.
I've been mostly at home with small children and gaming is the only
Also ich glaube, das sind alles irgendwie bekannte Leute, aber warum Pete's Meat?
Gaming is becoming clearly
Ganzen
more
Leute da.
important for a lot of people. You know, play is a natural instinct, and from Animal Crossing to The Last of Us Part 2 or Ori, yes, it's definitely an incredible time now to be a gamer, yes.
Ich glaube, näher an Nintendo werden wir heute nicht kommen, als diesen Typen, der einen Gameboy in der Hand hält.
Hey everyone, I'm Vince Sampella, head of Respawn Entertainment. When we set out to create Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, we knew we wanted to bring the series back to its roots. The Medal of Honor franchise is known for its powerful and exciting single-player stories that put the player in the boots of a soldier who was there. It's a series that is grounded in
Der Teleprompter ist nicht richtig positioniert und man kann sehen, wie er abliest. Oder wahrscheinlich haben die gar keinen Teleprompter, sondern einfach einen Zettel mit Text.
You'll hear more from him in just a bit. Peter and I actually worked together on Medal of Honor Allied Assault in 2002, and I'm really happy he's joined us at Respawn to craft a completely new experience in VR. The team is creating a riveting and emotional journey through World War II like you've never seen or played. It weaves in the personal stories of the veterans and survivors of the war through powerful interviews that help set the stage for what players will experience. It's more than just a game. And we could not be more excited to show the world the next look at Medal of Honor Above and Beyond and the game's action-packed story. Let's take a look.
I know this is the first time some of you will see combat. I know you're scared. Let me be clear with all of you. I'm scared too.
Schon wieder Shooter.
Welcome to France, gentlemen. I lead the local resistance cell. Something big is happening inside Gestapo headquarters, and we don't know what it is.
We're gonna have to improvise here.
members of the Resistance are perhaps the bravest people fighting in this war. But you really should stop. There is no future in it.
Sorry to interrupt, Lieutenant.
Wobei das tatsächlich irgendwie interessant aussieht. Muss ich zugeben. Aber es scheint ein VR-Spiel zu sein. Bring ich mich raus. Boom, baby.
There are things as people I'm willing to sacrifice myself for.
Somehow, this motley crew has been tasked with saving civilization. God help us all.
Ich hasse, dass das teilweise Spiele jetzt einfach wirklich erscheinen, aber dann wirklich ausschließlich nur in VR. Ja, weiß ich nicht.
Respawn Entertainment's Peter Hirschman, Game Director on Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, to talk more about their new VR experience. Peter, I gotta say, the trailer really grabbed me. Such an incredible story that you're telling to. Tell us a bit about this single-player experience. What can we expect?
Well, Jeff, thank you for having us on the show. I'm representing a whole team back at Respawn that's been working really hard on this, and it's so exciting to premiere the trailer with you. Metal Gear, going back to its roots, was always about putting the player in the boots of a soldier fighting in World War II. And with VR, we're able to do that in almost a literal way. It's definitely the most immersive combat experience I've ever been able to work on. And the story follows you as a player being recruited into the Office of Strategic Services, commonly known as the OSS. And their mission was sabotage, espionage, search and rescue, everything in between. You name it, they did it. And they're known by a different set of initials now, the CIA. But during World War II, they sent operatives all over Europe, deep behind enemy lines. And that allows us to tell a story where you get to go to these places and locations and participate in events that really helped shape the outcome of the war.
One of the things I love about the trailer is you can tell there's a lot of interactivity in the environment. Emergent game player, you got the piano and other things in there. Tell us a bit about how you're using that to tell the story. It seems like it's all kind of through a first-person perspective, but there are some story sequences. How do you tell the story?
Oh, well, we shot over 120 pages of narrative, which is more than some feature films. We had a huge international cast of phenomenal actors. And it was fantastic. And the story follows a classic three-act structure. Act one is working with the French resistance, getting ready for the invasion. Act two is D-Day itself and the fight to get to Berlin. And then the third act is dealing with the Nazi secret weapon program, which involved things like the 262 jet and the V2 rocket and things that could have really turned the tide of the war if we hadn't stopped them. So you get to go on this journey, this story. And the story is shot all from your perspective. Because it's VR, your head is the camera. We don't have cutscenes. We don't have edits. Everything revolves around your perspective. So you experience this story completely in first person as if you are there. So it creates a much more intimate and emotional connection with the characters and the things going on around you. It was an incredible way to shoot. One of our animators stood in for the player throughout the 3 weeks that we were on stage. And all the actors are always reacting and talking to you directly. And in VR, it's such a powerful thing. It's all about building that emotional connection, and it just makes the experience all the more authentic.
Well, you and Vince, I know this series is really close to your hearts, and when I saw the trailer, I'm like, wow, there's so much there to experience. It looks really rich and detailed, obviously authentic as well. Paying tribute to everyone that was involved in the war. I wanted to ask you also about multiplayer, which is something that Respawn is really known for, and you've got a great single player experience, but I hear you might also be doing MP too.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, the thing about VR is that, I've spent we've known each other a long time. You so much of your career trying to map natural human movements to a controller, and just figuring out things like making duck feel good. And one of the hardest ones is leaning. And in VR, you know how you duck, you just duck. And how you lean in VR, you just lean. And so the ability to lean around a corner, just kind of peek around the corner and see where the bad guy is just, it heightens the tension so much. It makes it feel all the more real. And when you put that into a multiplayer experience, it just raises it to a whole nother level. So we are shipping, in addition to the campaign, we are shipping a full suite of VR modes, including a few that you can only do in VR. And we're really excited about people playing those, after it comes out.
Wow. Well, definitely a full-blown VR experience. I got to say, I'm really excited to put the headset on and try this. And it's coming out later this year, right?
Coming out holiday. So, fasten your seatbelts. We are so excited to bring it to players. We've been working on it a long time. Like you mentioned, it's a passion project for Vince and I and everyone at Respawn. It's a wonderful full circle experience for a lot of us that started our careers working on those original set, going back first one and Allied Assault, and now to be able to bring Above and Beyond to a whole new generation is one of the most exciting things we've been involved with.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Peter. Opening Night Live will be right back. And in the meantime, here's a look at a new game that is launching tonight.
Neues Spiel.
The world was broken, fractured by the magic the Vow Keepers said they would protect us from. Spellstorms still rage across the ruins of the Hollowlands. This is proof, they said. It isn't safe. It can't be controlled. Magic cannot be used. But I am a battle mage. I have broken my vow, and now I fight to break free.
Dieser smooth Übergang von Trailer zu Gameplay. Und dieser smooth Übergang von Gameplay zu Trailer wieder. Wir haben es aber tatsächlich hinbekommen, das Spiel so aussehen zu lassen wie den Trailer. Tonight. Ich dachte, es sollte Tonight kommen. Na gut, es ist September 3. ist nächste Woche Freitag, glaube ich, oder Donnerstag. Der Game Pass. Flight Simulator. Sea of Thieves. Age of Empires. Keine Ahnung, was das ist. Minecraft Dungeons. Ganz viele Spiele. Yes. Die machen jetzt schon Werbung für die Series X. Ich möchte ein Datum. Jetzt. Und gleichzeitig vorbestellen, bitte. Resident Evil 7. So ein neues Spiel. Ja, xCloud ist ja auch jetzt gelauncht irgendwann. Oder kommt jetzt irgendwann in Zukunft. Oh mein Gott, das ist so cool. Wieso ist Xbox so viel besser als PlayStation? Einfach so ist. Ich habe sogar den Ultimate, ne? Wing.
So many great games in Xbox Game Pass, and many of tonight's games are in it as well. Every year at Gamescom, we like to highlight some incredible games made in Germany. And tonight, we have a special announcement about one of the most legendary German games of all time, created by Factor 5. Enjoy.
Und jetzt.
最初タリカンの音楽を聴いた時に曲が素晴らしいだけじゃなくてアミガのサウンドそのものも素晴らしいと思いましたね。日本じゃ本当に聴いたことがなかった音楽でした。
Factor 5 was so far ahead of the curve, and each of their games pushed game technology as far as possible. I'd say they're one of the greatest indie developers of all time.
サウンドはすごいわ、グラフィックは綺麗だわ、ゲームプレイも滑らかで満足いくものだわで、本当にすごかった。今回タリカンのコレクションが出るってことをとても嬉しく思っているし、これはまた当時みたいにみんなに見せてあげたいなと思っています。
This was the first game that allowed me to completely fulfill my musical
Yes, Chris Hülsbeck.
It defined my career
Bester.
and fans have been there
Bester.
ever since. To this day,
Komponist.
it's one of my proudest works.
In June, Bungie revealed a new era of Destiny 2 that starts on November 10th with Beyond Light. For the first time ever, Guardians will add a new elemental power to their arsenal, the dark power of Stasis. With Stasis, players will take on the powers of darkness to control and dominate the battle. Here's an all-new look at Stasis from Destiny 2 Beyond Light.
The floodgates are open. The darkness is here. As you step away from the light, we need only look inward. Focus your power. Let it grow. Our fight is far from over.
Nee. Nee. Mm. Mm. Nee.
I have one more award to give out tonight, and that is Best Sony PlayStation Game. So, without further ado, the winner is Cyberpunk 2077. Congratulations.
Spiel ist nicht mal draußen. Ja gut, waren fast alle
Even
nicht
more
die
awards than the
dann
ones
Award.
I announced tonight. So check out the Gamescom Awards user voting, where you can vote for your favorite streamer, Gamescom's most wanted, and Best of Gamescom. The winners will be revealed at Gamescom Best of Show, along with cool cosplayers, esports, and more. So tune in on Sunday, August 30th at 8 p.m. Central European Time to see the grand finale of this year's Gamescom, where we give gamers the stage. That's it for me tonight, but before I turn it back to Jeff, I just want to say that I hope everyone out there is staying safe and healthy. We're all in this together, so take care. Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Sydney, and it's great to have you on the show again this year. All right, well, a lot of people have been wondering, what will the next generation of gaming feel like? How will it be different? What is that generational difference? Well, back in June, we saw the announcement of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart from Insomniac Games, a title which uses the power of PlayStation 5, the SSD hard drive, and the DualSense controller to create an experience that Insomniac says is only possible on brand new hardware. Well, now it's time for you to decide if you see the difference. Here's an extended, uninterrupted demo of live PlayStation 5 gameplay of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Enjoy.
Da bin ich ja mal gespannt. Ich glaube, der Unterschied wird gar nicht mal so riesig.
We're back. And not far from where we last saw him. We may still have time to put a stop to this.
Hey, I think I found the Wombat!
Oh dear.
Naja, also, ich weiß ja nicht. Gut mit Raytracing, aber sonst grafisch denke ich, gut, es kann auch an der Kodierung vom Stream liegen, aber ne? Ob das so nicht möglich gewesen wäre auf einer aktuellen Generation, ich glaube eher weniger. Genug Optimierung hätte man das ähnlich aussehen lassen können.
Nefarious.
Put down the Dimensionator! Yeah, right. Today I will finally be free of the both of you. Soon, everything you see will be mine. Say goodbye. What did you...
Supposed to happen? Hitting Nefarious's device seems to have destabilized reality.
The bridge is shot! There has to be another way across.
The rifts appeared to react to your device. Try pointing it at one of them. That was rather exciting.
Games before trade!
Ich finde, Raytracing ist ja eine sehr gute Sache. Aber wenn man da nicht wirklich hundertprozentig drauf achtet, fällt einem das, glaube ich, gar nicht auf. Das, ja. Und das hat man hier schon alles gesehen. Das Gameplay, ne? Ja.
Or at least a very large octopus. I will never get used to that.
Hey, at least we're on the same planet this time. Nefarious is on the other side of that building. Let's get moving before he does anything else to break reality.
Es sieht halt schon sehr gut aus. Ja, nur wie gesagt, dass das so nicht möglich wäre, bezweifle ich. Also auf der aktuellen.
See what's new. More butts? We have to get the Dimensionator away from Nefarious! Oh no, not right now! Whoa!
The dimensions are weakening considerably.
How bad is it?
Well, it is certainly not good.
Right! Beats me.
Ratchet. We are too late. Ratchet?
Who?
Ja, hat man aber schon mal gesehen.
There you have it, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and now I am joined by Marcus Smith and Mike Daly from Insomniac Games. Guys, it was so great to see that long, uninterrupted demo of Rift Apart, and I have so many questions. It's amazing to see what you're doing with the power of PS5 and the SSD. Let me ask you first, Marcus, what are you able to do with Rift Apart that you haven't been able to do before in a Ratchet game because of the power of PS5?
I mean, first and foremost, it's just pure horsepower, enables us to fill our worlds with the kind of density and life that we've never been able to do before. More importantly, perhaps, though, is the dimensional shifting that we have going on, which uses the SSD that allows us to fling the player from planet to planet to planet, lightning fast, like in way faster than anything we've ever been able to do before.
Yeah, the Rift tether, we saw that in the demo. We had seen some of that in the trailer. So that's all actual gameplay. Mike, I'm curious, like how does that work as you kind of play through the game? Are there certain moments and levels where you can jump, or how do you play through that?
Yeah, so in the game, there is dimensional damage spread throughout the galaxy that Ratchet and Clank have to find a way to fix. And you can find these weak points in space-time that you can pull to you with your Rift tether. It's like being able to lasso a portal. And that enables you to basically like warp across the world to find new places to discover or gain a tactical advantage in combat.
Wow, yeah, I got to say, like when you see that and you imagine the jumping from multiple worlds at instantaneously almost, and it sounds like there's no load screens throughout the entire game.
That's right. We're going seamless.
That's right. Yep.
Wow. All right. You bite. So confident, both of you say it. I like it. Now, let me ask
Keine
you about
Ladebildschirme.
that is a big part of PS5.
Das ist schon eine Ansage.
To go hands-on with the controller, with the adaptive triggers and the haptics. How are you using that to sort of impact the gameplay of Rift Apart?
So at the heart of every Ratchet and Clank game is a powerful arsenal of weapons that just exude a ton of personality. And the DualSense is sort of like, it feels like it was made for Ratchet and Clank just because the haptics give us a whole new layer for the weapons to express themselves. So for example, your burst pistol, of course it gives you like a satisfying click or kick with every bullet. But when you throw the shatter bomb, you can actually feel the energy pulsing off the grenade fade away as it gets further apart from you. Basically, the haptics are expressive enough that every weapon feels different and you can tell what you're holding. But of course, the adaptive trigger like takes that to a functional level where, in addition to the trigger pull feeling unique, we can actually use that as a super intuitive way to add alternate functions to the weapons. So, for example, in the demo, we've got the Enforcer, which is a double-barreled shotgun. You can pull the trigger part of the way down until you hit resistance to fire a single barrel. And then whenever you feel like it's the right time, pull it the rest of the way for a double shot. So you might be swarmed by a bunch of little enemies. You only want to waste one shot on them, and then wait a minute for even more to swarm in before finishing them off. But a big guy, you probably want to just give both barrels to right away. So there's a nice intuitive way of basically raising the skill ceiling and giving you more ways to play better.
Wow, no, I'm excited to see how you guys are going to roll that out across what I'm sure are an insane, group of weapons as always. Plot-wise, Marcus, tell us a bit about this game. I think some fans have wondered, does this tie into the movie plot line, the game plot line? Like, how it would tell us in the Ratchet verse where this sits.
Yeah. Well, canonically, this is an extension of Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus, the 2013 game. But it's a standalone adventure. So it's one that, even if you've never played a Ratchet and Clank game, you can get into it and you'll understand it and you'll enjoy it. For hardcore fans, we have a lot of nods. You're gonna see a lot of returning characters and planets and see them all through a whole new light of multiple dimensionality.
Yeah, no, this Rift tether thing I think looks really exciting. And how often, like, is that something we saw in the demo? Is that something you're going to see like frequently in the game? Are there special moments? Like, I guess I'm curious, like, how often you use that technique for gameplay.
So the Rift tether has created these anomalies all throughout the galaxy. You'll encounter those pretty often. There's even a few more types of dimensional damage you'll encounter that we haven't shown yet. Okay. Now, being pulled between worlds, that's localized to chasing after Dr. Nefarious in the demo. And that's sort of reserved for special moments when you really have to when the dimensional damage really tears wide open.
Well, I gotta say, it looks incredible. And then at the end, we got another tease of this female Lombax. I know you guys have confirmed she is playable in parts of the game. I think everyone wants to know, though, do we have a name for her?
I mean, the world is more interesting with mysteries, and we're going to have to keep this one a little longer.
Do we get a number of letters in her name or anything?
Too many smart people on the internet. They'll figure it out right away.
She's not named Abby, though, right? All right, well, we'll have to wait and see what you guys have in store for us. I got to say, I mean, it looks incredible. The Ratchet games are always so much fun. And as you said, when you think of the power of SSD and the DualSense all coming together, it looks really exciting. Before we go, though, I think everyone around the world wants to know when we're going to get to play this game. Anything you can share with us on where you're at in development right now? Mike?
So Ratchet and Clank is coming out in the PS5 launch window. So we haven't announced a specific release date yet, so stay tuned for that.
What kind of window? Is it big windows? No, I'm just kidding. All right, that's all we're going to get, I'm sure. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart coming in the launch window for PlayStation 5. I got to say, Insomniac...
Die haben schon einen Release-Termin, aber die dürfen es doch nicht sagen, weil man ja noch nicht weiß, wann die PlayStation 5 kommt, ne? Also, ja.
All you've done, and we look forward to seeing more of Rift Apart soon.
Thanks, Jeff. Take care.
All right, Marcus and Mike from Insomniac, thanks for showing us that first look at Ratchet & Clank for PlayStation 5. And that's going to do it for Opening Night Live. Thank you so much for watching from around the world, and make sure to stay tuned all weekend for more live Gamescom coverage at Gamescom.global. As for us, we'll see you later this year for the Game Awards 2020. Our team is hard at work to build a very special live show for you coming in December. We'll see you then. Good night.
Ja, war solide, ne? Genau. Ja. Es hatte so ein Feeling von E3, ne? Es war so unser E3-Ersatz. Ja, also 2 Stunden lang gab es echt viele Spiele. Viele natürlich schon angekündigt. Aber die Gamescom war ja noch nie dafür bekannt, oder noch nie dafür da, Spiele anzukündigen, sondern eher schon angekündigte Spiele, meistens die auf der E3 angekündigten, noch mehr zu promoten. Ja, deswegen kann man gut mit leben, war gut. Ja. Hoffentlich dann sehen wir die dann nächstes Jahr dann auch bei einer richtigen Gamescom. Aber das wird sich dann sehen bis dahin, ist ja noch ein bisschen. Ja, war gut. Und es ist jetzt auch schon 10 Uhr und deswegen verabschiede ich mich jetzt für heute. Und dann sieht man sich irgendwann mal wieder. Bis dahin und tschüss.